Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for jumping on for a moment with Mo. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year. Anybody thankful for 2020? I just wanted to share a tidbit of that song tonight with you. I just wanted to jump on really quick and share with you a word for tonight. I recently met a young man around the age of 20 years old, coming back on a flight into Dallas. The flight, we had gotten instructions on the flight that there was going to be a rocky landing, that there was going to be some turbulence. So out of the blue, you hear someone begin to sing. This young man began to sing. It was a Christmas song, and once he finished the Christmas song, he just simply began to sing, I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. He went on to just say how thankful he was simply for his grandmother, how thankful he was to be able to have a phone to call his grandmother. So many of us, we take for granted technology and our cell phones and the things that we have. I was just really touched by the fact that this young man, maybe 20 years old, had such insight into being thankful for the small things at such a time when so many are taking so many things for granted. So once we got off the flight, I had an opportunity to speak with the young man, and I shared with him that during the course of his life, there were going to be people that were going to come and approach him because of the gift of song that he has. And to be cautious and be careful to not fall for the okie doke, because there were going to be people that were going to come to him and try to pay him less than what he's valued at because of his gift. Try to go into contracts and present contracts to him that were not going to be on the up and up. So the word that I shared with him was to not fall for the okie doke, to keep God in all of his decisions and in all of his planning, and to stay humble. So tonight I just wanted to come on and share this story with you and encourage you as you go into the new year to not fall for the okie doke. There's a story that I'm reminded of in Genesis chapter 29 that talks about Jacob and Laban's agreement. Jacob went to Laban and they made an agreement that Jacob would work for Laban for 7 years so that he could marry Rachel, who was the love of his life. But at the end of the 7 years, Laban arranged the wedding and arranged everything, and he allowed Leah, his oldest daughter, to go in and be with Jacob instead of Rachel, who was promised in the contract, who was part of the original agreement. So tonight I just want you to be careful in going into contracts with relationships, in business, in jobs. Be careful not to fall for the okie doke. In this story, it tells us that Jacob maybe didn't get all of the information, and Laban left out some information that would have been valuable to him in going into this contract for him. He ended up telling him at the last minute that it wasn't their practice in their country, via their morals, to marry the older daughter prior to marrying the younger daughter off. So he ended up going into another contract with Laban in order to marry the woman that he truly loved. So tonight, I just want to encourage you to be cautious, to be careful, to be wise in everything that you do in going into contracts. The Bible tells us that if we lack wisdom, that we can simply ask God for it. So tonight, if going into 2020, the Lord is saying, don't fall for the okie doke. If you lack wisdom, take the time out tonight and simply ask God to give you wisdom and discernment in everything that you do. So I want to leave you with this quick word on tonight. In 2020, I encourage you to plan ahead with your mind. Proceed in everything following your heart. Pursue with your feet and pray for discernment and wisdom. Thank you, and God bless you.